Hello everyone and welcome to today's video, and today we are going to go through Suno AI, and I just wanted to go through like how the platform has changed, a couple of changes here and there, and also kind of like take you guys through my process of creating an album, because I've created a few albums which I really like you guys check out as well. So I just want to go through about Suno AI. So Suno AI, for those who don't know, is a platform where you can generate AI generated music for free. Well, at least for the first couple of generations here and there, but they do have different levels to it. So there is Suno 3.5 and then Suno 4 and then Suno, let me just go through them here. Yeah, so we have like the startup plan, which you're going to get Suno 3.5 and then 50 credits. So that means that you can generate 10 songs on a daily basis. And then none of the songs are for commercial use. And then as you upgrade to, let me go to the monthly here. As you upgrade to the pro plan, which is $10 a month, you get to generate, well, like 500 songs. And then you're using Suno's latest model when it comes to at least the 4.5 plus model or the 4.5 model. And then they also have a premium plan where you can have the 4.5 plus model, and then you can generate up to 2,000 songs on a monthly basis. So this is kind of like different tiers. The 3.5 is good, not as good as the 4, but it's still good. So I definitely recommend going on the pro plan. It's $10 a month and you get to generate really high quality sounding songs, and I'm going to show you that in a bit. So the way the platform looks has changed a bit. Let's just go through that a bit. So this is the entire website. So just go to Suno.com, and then this is what you're going to get. On the left hand side, this is where your profile is. You can see your profile, you can edit your profile here, you can change the name. Used to be somewhere else, so that's that. And then here when you hit on create, just below home button there, this is where the songs that you have created are going to be. So this is where you can now create songs, create covers, create remixes. This is where you can input your lyrics here. So for example, this, let me just come to create button, let me get rid of these lyrics. Yeah, so this is where you can put your lyrics, and then so we have two options. So the first option is the simple one, and this is where you can describe a song without necessarily having to come up with the lyrics, and then Suno AI is going to come up with the lyrics for you. So you describe the kind of song that you want, like for example here, the introspective East Coast hip hop song kind of vibe, and then you can add inspirations. So these are just mostly like tags, and then it will generate that song for you. And then we have custom. So click on custom, and then this is where now you can, number one, add an audio clip of you maybe singing, or there's a melody that you have in your head. You can upload it here. Just click on upload, and then you can now upload that melody there. And then for that you have like persona, but this is for the pro version. So in the free version, this is where now you can write your lyrics. I will show you how to do that as well. You can even auto generate, which is the same as simple here. So write lyrics, and then after that you can write your style of music, the kind of theme or the kind of vibe that you're going for. And then here now you can write your song title and click on create, and then it's going to generate a song for you. I've already gone through this in another video. I'm just going through it one more time. So in the library section is where you can have the songs that you've already generated. You can have playlists of the songs that now you've like added to current playlist, and then liked playlists that other people have created that you like. And then following is where you have songs of people who you follow, and then follows the people who follow you. Quite explanatory. And then history is obviously the kind of songs that you've been listening to. And then in the search button is where you can search for songs that you like, or you can search for creators, you can search for playlists, or you even search for genres. So that's really helpful. For example, in genres, they have grouped them into, like here we have trap, Latino, reggaeton. There are a couple of genres that you can go through, and it's always good to go through them so that you can get ideas on the kind of songs that you can create. And then something they've just added recently is the radio function, and this is it here. And this is basically where you can vote on a song. So this is where you can vote on kind of songs to listen to. There are people who are voting here. So for example, here I can come and say maybe I want something like meditation. So click on that, and then then there are like 4 people who voted, and then that's the song that's going to come up after about 3 minutes. So right now voting is open. You can now vote, and then it's going to play that song. Yeah, so they have a theme right now is deep focus beats, and there are like 168 listeners. The people who are voting here, you can chat as well. And then the explore button, we've already gone through this in another video. This is just where you can explore different types of themes or different types of songs here. So let's go back to that. And then the notifications is obviously the notifications there. Yeah, so that's mostly the UI feature. So I want to go to create, because I really want to take you guys through how I create songs and specifically how I create albums. So I want to show you an album that I created a long time ago. So this is the Trustful album. This is like the first album that I created, and this is a style of music. This is like this best description that I found that you should use in the style of music. So the first thing that I usually do is I will go to an LLM. So depending on which one you're going to use, whether it's going to be ChatGPT, it's going to be DeepSeek, it's going to be Grok, or it's going to be Claude AI. So you go to it, and then you have to tell a story. You have to tell the LLM the entire story that you want. So for example, for this one, I think this is just a breakup story. This is just a story of me and a girl who did not really work out. So it's tell the AI the entire story of the album, and then an album usually has 12 songs. So after that, tell it to break down the album into like 12 songs. So usually what I do is I'll break the album down into like 3 acts. So I'll have like act 1, act 2, and act 3, and then each act like has 4 songs and has like a different theme to it. So this is just one of the first albums that I created. The style of music that I found that really works well is this kind of style of music. So this is kind of like what I will use, and this may seem hard at first. The best thing that I found is to first go to songs that have already been created by other creators. So I'll come to, let's say, come to home, and then look for the kind of songs that I want. So for example, I want an Afrobeat song, so I'll come to Afrobeats. No, let me not go for that one. I want to go for someone who I know actually has good songs. So let me come to library here, and then let me go to some of the songs that I've created and show you what I mean. So go to playlists. This is the album I've just created. So let me go to my last album, which is the Man IDB album, and kind of like show you how the songs look like. This is like the raw version. You're getting like the raw version. So this is more or less the style of music. This is the style of music that I used, which you can go and copy as well and just come up with your own kind of like version. So the here idea is to build on it. And then these are the lyrics. You can see you usually start with an intro. It's always good to start with an intro. And this is now where we use meta tags. So meta tags, so for example here you can see talking drums, roll, high life, guitar strums, and synth hum. So this, the one that are in brackets, those are meta tags, and basically they're just telling the AI exactly how you want that verse to sound. So for example here where we have verse 1, that's a meta tag, and then come to another one here, chorus, that's another meta tag, and then under that you can see we have another meta tag that kind of like tells the AI the kind of instruments that I want in that specific verse as an introduction to that verse. So do a bit of research of meta tags. They are incredibly helpful, and I think they're the ones that make Suno really stand out. So there's a difference between meta tags and just these other ones. Let me show you. And these other tags where mostly it's showing someone singing. So come to these lyrics. Millennial Dilemma, yeah, this one I know has a couple of songs. Let me go to Motherland. This is one of my favorite songs actually that I created. So again, so this is where this is a good example. So the first one we have the intro, that's the meta tag, right? And then you can see here that's another meta tag, and then under it where we have like brackets, but like folded, what are they called, smooth brackets. So yeah, so this one is now going to be sung. It's more like background music, so or background vocals more or less. So yeah, so make sure that the ones that you're using, if you want to describe the kind of instrument that you want in a specific verse, you use meta tags. The meta tags are like in the square brackets, but in if you want like background music or background vocals, like for example here, Parts of the Motherland, 80 bit for me, and then you can see we have like rounded brackets. So bit for me there is going to be like background vocals, more or less. So everywhere you see rounded brackets, it's going to be background vocals, and everywhere you see like the square brackets, those are going to be the meta tags, and they're mostly just describing the kind of instruments, for example, that you want in that specific verse. So for example here we have polythymic percussion, talking drums, djembe, congas, shekere. So we have like even hook, we have the hook, verse 1, verse 2, these are meta tags. Meta tags for me, I feel like are the ones that make the song, especially when it comes to Suno. So always have that in mind. So I will go to an LM where it's going to be ChatGPT, Claude, Grok, DeepSeek, tell the entire story of what I want, and then I'll break that down into like a couple of songs for each act. So we have act 1, act 2, and act 3, kind of like act 1 has the same theme, act 1 has a different theme, act 2 has a different theme, but they're all telling the same story because it's one album. I like listening to the entire thing, not just one song. And I've had a couple of pretty good songs. So let me just show you a couple of songs that I feel like have been incredibly good. Okay, so I created another channel where we just have AI songs that I've generated, and it's called Vinci. You can go subscribe to it if you haven't. And we have a couple of albums already. So let me just come to playlist here. So these are the albums I've created so far. So we have like the Trustful album, Postcards to a Phantom Soul album, Held in Your Arms album, which is like a gospel album, and then Echoes of the Distant Hills. And then I've seen a great success when it comes to Afrobeat albums, so I created 3 of them. So we have Millennium Dilemma, we have the Man ADB, and then we have Still Breathing album, and they've been doing pretty good. So let me just come to videos here and show you some of the best performing videos. Yeah, so Noahala has like 1.6k and it's like 2 months old. Film for the Soul has 1.4. Phil, which is like a month ago, has already, one of them has like a 1k song. And yeah, so I've seen good success in this one, and then they're really good songs as well. To be honest, they're really good songs. So yeah, so that's basically what Suno is and what I believe like you should be doing. Let me show you kind of like a breakdown of an album. Okay, so this is the Millennium Dilemma album, and you can see we have the album concept here, and this is I'm using Obsidian to just kind of like keep track of my notes. You can see we have like the kind of I like keeping track of how each song sounds. So we have, these are the songs, and this is just like what now I'll feed now to like ChatGPT, and then now start fleshing out the lyrics. Like these are the kind of lyrics that I want for the first song, and these are the kind of lyrics I want for the second song. And after now we have the whole thing is now when I'm going now to take the specific lyrics, feed them to whether it's going to be feed them now to Suno. So take the lyrics here, come to Suno, and then come to create. So let's say if these were the lyrics, let me just copy these ones here. These are the lyrics. I'll copy these ones and then come to create here, click on the create button, and then this is where you can feed the lyrics there. So you copy paste. So the lyrics, you have to make sure that they are less than 3,000 characters, and then the style of music has to be less than 200 characters. So just always keep that in mind. It's very important that you don't go over it. And then this is where you can choose the version. The 3.5 version isn't as good, if I'm being totally honest with you. I recommend going for the pro version. Mine has ended, so I need to pay for that one. And yeah, I'm going to pay for that very soon. But yeah, I will do another video on like the pro version, but I just wanted to use the free version for now. So yeah, so that's that one there. Put the style of music here and just click create. I've already done this in another video, but yes, that's basically how it works. Yes, and then for the audio version, create a hymn or a melody and then upload it here, and then just it's going to more or less sound the same. It doesn't work as well on the free version, if I'm being totally honest with you, but on the pro version, I've had it's a hit or miss. I won't lie. It's a hit or miss. Yeah, so just click on create, and then you're going to have some songs. So some of the best ways that I've gotten into just getting a feel of the kind of song that you're looking for, make sure that you listen to other creators. That's why I like listening to a lot of other creators, and then getting an idea on how they wrote the song, what they use, the kind of meta tags that they use, and then that's kind of like what I'll take over and then remix that idea as I'm creating new songs. So, and then remix that idea as I'm creating new songs. Yeah, so please create new songs, have albums. I've come to really be addicted to it because it's quite addictive to just be creating songs, and they're songs that I genuinely listen to a lot. Yeah, so that's it for this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.